Okay, welcome to Jenny's Food Network. Alright, I'm going to do another video response on how to cook turkey stew. So, this fabulous fan said, okay, the person had said, oh, it looks yummy, it's delicious, you know, on the turkey stew that I made. So I responded, you know, thank you so-and-so. And so the person responded back again and said, thanks for responding. I'm going to do your turkey soup this weekend, but instead of using turkey, I was going to use whole chicken. Do you have to cook the whole chicken before I put it in the soup or halfway? What broth could I use for the soup? I've never done a soup before. And the person also had another paragraph and said, let me know how I can help let me know how I can keep helping support you, your husband's new channel, and to die Ryan. I subscribe to all three and will try and comment, like, and share as much as I can. Your videos are really informative, not just with cooking, but you break down nutrition as well. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you so much. That's a wonderful comment and great questions. People like, you know, who make such a great effort to message me and let me know and give me feedback. It really inspires me and motivates me to make more videos and answer questions and make the time for it, okay? Not just being a full-time mom and, you know, but also to spend time on YouTube and, you know, take the messages seriously and make the time and effort to respond back. So it's like great communication back and forth. So I'll start from the top in responding back. So, yes, you can go ahead and use whole chicken. When I don't have turkey, the reason why I used turkey that time is because for Easter time, I had leftover turkey, right? So I kept all the goodies. I kept all the bone, the meat on the bone, the leftover potatoes and carrots in it, all the goodies. I kept all of it, okay, the leftovers. And I stored them in plastic bags and I kept them in the freezer. And so whenever I'm ready, I just take it out, thaw it for a bit, and then I, you know, add filter water into the big pot, and then I let it boil, and then I add all the goodies in there and let it boil slowly for, well, put it on high first and let it boil, and then set the timer for about a good 2 hours is good, 1.5 to 2 hours, you know. And then what you can do is then you can debone it by taking the bones out, and then you can, you know, shred off the meat off of it, and then throw out the bones and then put the meat back in, and then you can do a taste test to see how you would like to season it, okay? So that's how I did the leftover turkey, okay? So if you have whole chicken, same process. Whenever you want to have want to make soup, thaw out the whole chicken and clean it out, okay? And then trim some fat off if you'd like, you know, it's up to you, and cut the butt tail out as well. And then you could, you know, get your big pot of water going and use filter water, okay? And put your whole chicken in there, same process. You can either de-skin it by removing the skin first before you boil it, or you could do it afterwards. Sometimes I'm just tired and lazy, I just throw the whole chicken in there after I've washed it out and cleaned it out, you know? Because when you boil it, after about an hour, the skin will loosen up. It'll be much easier to debone the whole chicken and to remove the excess skin, okay? So it's up to you. But there will be fat floating in the top, so just use a dipper and scoop the surface oil out, you know? And what I do is once I scoop the oil out, I put it in a container, and then as I go, I will scoop the oil in the surface here and there, okay? So over time, in the container, you'll see the surface of the soup broth and you'll see the fat floating. So instead of pouring out the whole container of soup, I would just scoop the surface from that container that I collected and dump it into a bag. Don't throw it down your sink, okay? Don't pour it down your sink. It can clog over time, okay? And it's not good for your sink. So then you just scoop the top off and then pour it into a bag, and then take that container of broth and pour it back into your, you know, pot of soup, okay? To save. So yeah, whole chicken works just as good. A lot of times I do use whole chicken when I don't have turkey, okay? And do I have to cook the whole chicken before I put it into the soup or halfway? Well, when you put the whole chicken into this pot of water, it's gonna be raw. So you cook the entire whole chicken directly into the pot of hot water, okay? Because and you're gonna set it for about 1.5 to 2 hours, okay? And the thing is, So it's gonna cook in with the pot. You don't have to pre-cook it or anything. But if it's already pre-cooked already, you could still do that. You could still put pre-cooked meat in there. That's what I do. I use the broth to make it with noodles, or I just make it as a soup broth and put in rice separately, okay? When I'm ready to eat. Like after the soup's done, I would put soup into the bowl, and I would put in white jasmine rice in separately when I'm ready to eat, okay? So do I have to cook the whole chicken before I put it into the soup, or halfway? No, if it's already cooked, that's fine. You can just put it into the hot pot of water. And if it's raw, same thing. Just put it into the pot of water and have it cook, and the broth will start building itself up the longer that it is boiled slowly, okay? So put it on high first. Once it starts boiling, okay, cover it. Once the meat or whole chicken, whatever, is in the pot, cover it, put it on high setting. Make sure you check in about 10 minutes and see if it's boiling. And then when it's boiling really fast, make sure you turn it down to medium-low, okay? You don't want to boil it too fast, because you're going to start evaporating your soup, and you don't want that, because you're going to need a good amount, 1.5 to 2 hours to boil anyways, and you don't want it boiling on high, because it's just going to evaporate. It's going to overfill and seep out into the on the stove and make a big mess for you. Okay, and the next question is, what broth could I use for the soup? I've never done a soup before. The broth, they do have a ready-made broth at the grocery store. I never want to use that, because I feel that even if it's organic broth, I still feel like that it's not real, it's not fresh, you know? The real good stuff is when you put a lot of love and time and energy into your cooking, is when you use the fresh meat. Use whole chicken, you can use chicken breast. I highly recommend whole chicken or drumsticks, because there's more meat on them, and plus there's a lot of bones in them. So the bone marrow, when it's being boiled for a long time in the pot of water, the flavor from the bone marrow, that is what gives your broth a delicious flavor, okay? So just like when you want to make a big pot of soup, you could also buy like huge big beef bones, like the knuckle bones. Those give you tons of flavor, okay? And then you can add seasoning into it to give it to enhance the flavor that you like, okay? Be careful not to make your soup too salty, because that's not good for you. It's gonna be too high sodium, and it can increase your blood pressure. So don't even waste your time buying broth at the grocery store. It's gross. I know to some people it's a shortcut, but you get what you buy, right? So you're better off just spending the extra money and buy a whole chicken, or use some leftover turkey with the bones. You know, be creative. Don't be afraid to experiment with cooking, because that's how you will progress and learn what you like, okay? So the broth will come from the type of meat that you use and the bones that you use, okay? And if since you have never done a soup before, well, this will be your first time making soup, and let me know how that goes. And going back to the second paragraph, and how to support us, if you have some friends and families that you feel that our videos, I mean, Today Ryan has his own way of videos. My husband Freddie at Freddie's Modern Kung Fu Inc. Incorporated. That channel is for my husband's channel. I do know the web address. It's youtube.com/user/SifuFreddieLee. It used to be user/Freddie's Modern Kung Fu, but that channel might be shut down. So he has a new one. So he's been uploading all of his new videos on there. He's not even able to log into his old channel at Freddie's Modern Kung Fu, but at his new channel, the incorporated one, the Freddie's Modern Kung Fu incorporated one, that one, he's been having that channel, but now he's uploading all his new videos on there, okay? Like I said, it's youtube.com/user/SifuFreddieLee, and below my video, there's a description section, and you can click on that link. It'll bring you directly to his channel, and don't forget to subscribe. And that's another way to support him, okay? And Today Ryan, you could also, I'm not sure if it's in my husband's description section, where I know, because my Jenny's Food Network is posted in his description section to come to my channel. But Today Ryan's, I'm not sure if his is on there, but I remember Steve Casey, the music producer for Freddie's Modern Kung Fu, I believe I saw his name and his channel on there. So if you know someone who likes music or likes beats, you could direct people to Steve Casey's channel. If you like Ryan doing some certain type of workouts that he does training outdoors, and he does training indoors at his home, and he's got a lot of great videos in there. You can forward someone to his channel for Today Ryan's in Canada. And like I said, whoever likes great beats, and I swear Steve Casey's got completely awesome beats. Awesome, very talented. It's a lot better beats than what I hear out there. So it's amazing. So Steve Casey's very talented for his music as well, and we're really grateful that he's allowing us to use his music and to cross promote him as well, his channel. So and my channel, if you know people who would like to start learning how to cook or like to hear about my videos besides cooking, or like to look at videos of cakes and desserts and food, then hey, forward them to my channel, to Jenny's Food Network. Or if you feel someone might get a lot of help from me through my relationship videos, my cooking videos, tutorials and stuff. So, and also about nutrition. So yeah, that's another way to do it. Just forward our channel links to friends and families if you like, that may help them. Like I said, it doesn't hurt. If they don't like it, they don't have to watch our videos, but that's another way to support. And click like on our videos and subscribe. Okay. Alright, so the same person had typed another message, okay? So I'm going to read this one. This is in regards to the turkey stew again, okay? Looks good. I'm going to try the stew this weekend with boneless chicken breast. What type of broth did you use and with the chicken breast? Should I cook the stew first, then throw the cooked chicken breast in? Thanks for the amazing recipe. Like I've mentioned in the earlier, so if you want to use chicken breast, go ahead. It's not going to be as flavorful as compared to chicken wings or drumsticks or the whole chicken. I don't recommend boiling chicken wings because chicken wings are a little more expensive, and chicken wings are better for baking and for grilling outdoors because there's not much meat on chicken wings. It's just a lot of skin on the bone. It's just not much meat in chicken wings. So I highly recommend buying the chicken drumsticks and the whole chicken, okay, if you want better broth. If you want more of a beef flavor, then go buy the big knuckle bone, which is kind of expensive, you know. But hey, it's up to you if you want that. If you want the beef flavor, buy the big beef knuckle bone, okay? Oh yeah, another quick note. Stay away from neck bones. Any type of neck bone. Anytime that you boil neck bone, and it will start to break down very easily, and the neck bones will all fall apart, and it's very hard to deal with when you're deboning because the neck bones are really tiny and they break all over into the soup, and when you eat your soup you might bite into the bone. You'll see what I'm talking about. When you start boiling for about an hour or more, the neck bone is going to start breaking apart, and it's going to be really hard to chase around and to pick it out. You know, it's a pain in the butt. So don't boil, if you want to boil the neck bone because it comes with a package of meat that you bought, then just boil it for, like, I would say 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and make sure you check it, because if the meat starts falling off of it, or the skin falling off of it, that means you're ready to remove it and pick out the skin and toss out the skin. And there's not much meat on the neck bone anyways, but if you want the bone marrow flavor of it to make your soup more flavorful, then check it for 30 to 45 minutes after boiling slowly and remove that neck bone, because if you don't, you'll go through what I did. It breaks apart and there's bones everywhere, okay? And if you have children eating it, or you have someone who's got sensitive teeth, it can crack your teeth, and you don't want cracked teeth, okay? Okay. So boneless chicken breast, I don't recommend it for soup. You're better off using that meat as plus chicken breast meat is a little more expensive per pound compared to the whole chicken and the drumsticks, okay? So chicken breast, save it for stir fry, save it for, like, if you're gonna make like a chicken breast casserole or something, or like I said, stir fries are very popular. Save the expensive chicken breast meat for that. Don't use it for soup. There's not much flavor, okay? It's just meat. The flavor comes mainly from the bone marrow, that you boil the bone and it breaks everything apart. That's where the flavor comes from, or the bones, okay? Chicken breast meat is not much flavor, that's all I can tell you. But if you have it, if you want to use it, then it's up to you. Okay. And the broth, what type of broth did you use and with the chicken breast? Like I said, the broth comes from the leftover turkey bone and the turkey meat itself and the marinade that I use for that. So the flavor comes from that entire broth itself from the leftover turkey, okay? And I don't buy broth from the grocery store. The broth I make is just homemade. They're not pre-made. Okay. Should I cook the stew first, then throw the cooked chicken breast in? Good question. The stew, you're gonna cook it, of course, right? So the chicken, when do you put the chicken breast in? It depends how cooked you want the chicken breast. if you boil your chicken breast for about 30 minutes, it'll still be more intact, okay? But if you start boiling it for like 1 to 2.5 hours, it's gonna start breaking up and start disintegrating. It's gonna break apart into shreds, you know? So it depends how you like your chicken. If you still like your chicken breast meat or any type of meat, even beef will break up as well. Beef and chicken. So any type of meat pretty much. If you want your meat more intact, more in chunks, then put it where you can cook it up to like 30 to 45 minutes, okay? But if you want it more broken up, more softer, more disintegrated, more broken up, you know, then you can cook it for as long as you like, for about 1 to 2.5 hours, okay? So it depends on how you like your meat, okay? You like it really broken up and soft, then boil it longer. If you like it more chunks, then just put in for no longer than 45 minutes, okay? Or up to an hour, depends. You know, like I said, as you cook, you will experiment just like me. So cooking is like a work of art. The more love and time you put into your cooking, the more you'll learn. It's like trial and error, and it's gonna build up your confidence. And believe me, the things that you don't like about during your cooking process, you will learn it for the next time, okay? So this video is to help inspire you, to let you know not to give up, you know, just keep doing what you gotta do. And next thing you know, everyone's gonna love your cooking, all right? Because that's how it happened to me. And the person said, thanks for the amazing recipe. You are very welcome, and thanks for watching my video, and thanks for your wonderful comments. Really appreciate that. Okay. All right, so the same person had sent a separate a separate message directly to me. It wasn't part of the comment section, but it's actually a private message to me. So the person said, Dear Jenny, I have subscribed to you and your husband's channel. You both seem like awesome people and great parents. Love your food. It looks so delicious. I'm going to do your turkey soup this weekend. I just wish you had more views on your videos. Not only do you cook delicious food, you talk about the health benefits associated with it. You and your husband have my support. Best wishes from Cleveland, Ohio. Thank you so much. This is wonderful. I've told my husband that we've had such, you know, great fans who have come to my channel, have such wonderful, inspiring comments, and very supportive, and just such heartwarming people. So thanks so much for, you know, being there for me as well, for supporting my channel and being so like supportive verbally, and just letting me know that you like the videos, and any questions you have, then I'm there to be there for you as well to answer your questions, okay? So thank you so much to that special person in Cleveland, Ohio. All right, next video.